Hello guys, it's Kai, Priestess Kai. I am back today with another video, and I did pull a card from The Soul's Journey deck, Oracle card deck, and the card that I pulled for today is Honesty. I'm gonna try to, so you guys can see what it says. Alright, so as the cards say, I can't expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So, honesty. That's going to be the discussion for today. So, first thing first, as the card says, I can't always expect the truth from others. Boom. You can't always expect the truth from others. It's just so true. Like, we shouldn't have any expectations on anyone, and honesty is a part of that. You can't expect others to be honest. It's nice, it's beautiful, it's, when others are honest with us, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing, but you can't expect it. It's not your responsibility to make sure that someone else is being honest. It's just not. Even in relationships, in intimate relationships, and I mean, it's, decency for the person you're with, for our friends or our family, to be truthful with us. Of course, that's just human decency. But we can't expect it. It's not our responsibility to force the truth out of someone. We shouldn't go about our way trying to force the truth out of someone. If you feel someone is being dishonest with you, then you just simply distance yourself. Because if you're being honest with this person, or if you're being honest with people and they're not giving you, reciprocating that honesty, distance yourself. There's no point in trying to force the truth out of someone. There's no point. Obviously they don't want to be truthful. Obviously they're not being truthful with themselves. So that's a whole deeper issue with them. So something that they need to work on internally. It's not your problem, so don't make it your problem. But I can expect the truth from myself. Boom. So it's not your responsibility to get the truth out of other people, but it is your responsibility to be truthful with yourself and to be truthful, if you choose, with others. Most importantly, though, to be truthful with yourself. Of course, if you're truthful, I feel like if you're truthful with yourself, if you're seriously truthful with yourself, then you will be truthful with others. Because so within, so without. I think I might have said that line a little wrong, but you get the point. If you're truthful with yourself, why wouldn't you be truthful with others? If you're seriously truthful with yourself, listen, being truthful with yourself is not as easy as it sounds, because sometimes there's some harsh truths that you have to face. And again, it's not always easy. And it's easier to, of course, lie to ourselves and deny the truth that we feel. But it's detrimental to your well-being, to your soul. It's just detrimental to lie to yourself, especially. I mean, lying to others is one thing. I mean, that's stupid too, honestly. Or not stupid. I shouldn't use that word, but that's not being authentic if you're lying to others. But when you lie to yourself, that's a whole nother level of dishonesty. So it is your responsibility to be honest. It's your responsibility to make sure you're being honest. Especially if you're trying to force the truth out of other people. That's another thing. It's like, if you're truly honest with yourself as well, you wouldn't feel the need to force the truth out of other people. Because why is that triggering you so bad to the point where you're like, let me just force it out of you. Like, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. It's like, are you even telling you the truth? Because why is that triggering you so bad? If you have an emotional reaction to something, you're triggered by it. Um, so yeah, it's important to be honest with yourself because it's the only way to grow. You can't grow by lying to yourself. You can't grow by being inauthentic. Um, you can't be your true self if you're lying to yourself, because your true self might be trying, like your soul might be trying to tell you a truth about who you really are, or yeah, about who you really are, and you're denying that aspect of yourself by continuing to lie to yourself, um, and saying that you're something else. It's a lot of variations that it could play out, but one of the most important things I know is honesty is the way to grow. Honesty is the way to grow. Self-honesty is so important because you have to be able to face yourself. You have to be able to check yourself, to let yourself know when you're tripping, to let yourself know when you went too far off into whatever. You have to be the one to check yourself. It's no one else's responsibility to check you, or to check you, to make sure that you're on the right path, to make sure that you're staying truthful with yourself, to make sure that you're not living in an illusion and all this other stuff. It's not anyone's else's responsibility. So when it comes down to it, you really have to be honest with yourself for the sake of your growth, for the sake of your soul's development, for the sake of being who you really are, for the sake of freeing yourself. Because when you're honest with yourself, you're living authentically. And when you're living authentically, you're freeing yourself. Your throat chakra is open and energy is flowing through. When you're not being authentic with yourself, when you continue to lie to yourself, you're closing your throat chakra even more. Your throat chakra is closed, and the more you lie to yourself, the more you deny the truth that you feel that's coming to you. You diminish your intuition. First of all, you when you push your intuition away, because our intuition, I believe that everyone has intuition, and I believe that everyone is capable of having a strong intuition. I just also believe that those who aren't in touch with their intuition, or those who, for example, aren't being authentic with themselves, aren't listening to themselves, aren't following that inner guidance, it's like their intuition gets smaller and smaller and smaller, because so much other stuff is clouding their head that they don't have their ears open to listen to themselves. And so the more lies and the more inauthentic stuff that they feed, their minds, their self, it's like they're pushing their intuition further in the back. It's still there. I don't feel like the intuition goes away. I feel like we always have access to our intuition. It's just a matter of if you're listening, if you're taking time to clear your thoughts, to hear yourself, if you're taking time to be honest and open to the truth. Like, honesty will set you free. Honesty will help you grow. Honesty will free your soul. But no, for real. Again, it's not your responsibility to try to get the truth out of other people. Just worry about if you're being truthful with yourself. Worry about your authentic life. And don't be afraid to express your truth, because your truth, just because your truth isn't their truth or their truth or their truth, it doesn't matter. We all have our own truths, and no one else can invalidate that or validate that. It's not something that needs to be validated by someone else. You validate yourself. If that's your truth, that's your truth. You speak it authentically, proudly, without caring about whether or not someone's gonna believe you or not. Like, if you know you're being honest, if you know your truth and you're speaking authentically, then that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And like people, there's people out there who would be like, oh, well, I didn't experience whatever you experienced. Like, say if you two have similar experiences, or but they experienced it in an entirely different way than you, and they try to be like, just because that's not true because you didn't experience it the way I experienced it. Pretty much. I mean, they don't directly say it like that, but the words that they use imply that they're saying that your truth can't be real because, or your experience can't be real because it wasn't experienced in the same way as them. That doesn't make sense because, again, we all experience things differently. We all have our own separate truths. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to resonate with anyone, to be honest. It don't have to resonate with anybody else. Anybody else. If you're speaking your truth and no one else can relate to you, it doesn't matter because it's still your truth regardless. They have their own separate truths that that you don't, experience, or that you don't have. We are all different. We all have our own little setup. Setup. I don't know if I want to use that word, but like we all have our own paths, our own journeys, our own destinies, our own. And it doesn't have to be the same as anyone else's. So that's why honesty is important, because you have to know what's your truth and what isn't. Especially when you're like getting readings and stuff from people, you have to make sure that you're able to discern what resonates with you and what doesn't. You can't just take on every single thing because that can confuse you. That's why it's important to go inside of yourself first and foremost, before relying on any other tools, or before, first of all, you shouldn't rely at all. You shouldn't rely at all on anything. You should know that any tool that you are using is just a tool. You should know that you don't need anything else because all the answers are within inside you. When it comes down to it, the tool is your mind. The tool is your heart. The tool is your intuition. That's really where the answers are. Because even when you're using a tool, you still have to, again, discern what resonates, what doesn't resonate. You just need to be able to discern. And the only way to discern is to be honest with yourself. To be honest with what you feel, because your intuition will signal you. It will let you know. It's just a matter if you're going to listen to yourself or if you're going to deny what you're feeling. And if you deny what you're feeling, you don't trust yourself. And why don't you trust yourself? Because you're not being honest with yourself. Maybe you don't want to trust yourself because that will mean that you will have to face the truth of something that you don't want to face the truth about. But yeah, honesty. That's today's discussion. So, just reflect on this. I would say, all day, just reflect on if you're living honestly, if you're living authentically, expressing your truth proudly. Just honesty. Self-honesty. Now, I do have like a little prompt. I just wrote down, honesty. I can't expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So I wrote down what the card says up here, and then I wrote down a list of things that that I relate to when it comes to honesty. So it's really like affirmations. So here's mine. I am honest with myself at all times. My truth is my responsibility and no one else's. I speak my truth fearlessly. I am honest with others. Honesty is important for the development of my soul. My throat chakra is open. I speak my thoughts and opinions clearly. Other people's judgments about my truth does not concern me. I live authentically. So these are my affirmations when it comes to honesty. Things to remind myself of, things to, make sure that I'm following through with. And again, man, my throat chakra was blocked for a while. Like, I just literally couldn't get the words to come out of my mouth. Like, my thoughts were so clear, and I like my opinions were so clear, and I would speak it to myself. Of course, you know, in my thoughts, I would think it, I would speak it, but when it came, I would think it, but when it came to speaking it outwardly, it just was not coming up. Like it literally was like stuck. If you feel like your words are stuck, please do some throat chakra work, because it's important to express your truth. You don't want this energy field to be blocked, because that can result in all types of problems, physical problems, spiritual problems, a lot of problems. So that's definitely something you want to work on. And you know, of course, it takes a while. It's not an easy process. Please, I'm not by any means saying that it's easy, but it's very necessary, and it's very important for the development of your soul. I know I said that like 2 other times, but it's so important, guys. All right, so thank you guys for watching this video. Again, the word is honesty. So yeah, just reflect on honesty. You can write down things that you relate to when it comes to honesty, little reminders, affirmations. And if you have trouble with speaking your truth, you can write down, I would say definitely write down affirmations when it comes to honesty. If you have trouble speaking your truth, especially because this will help you to really set the intention to speak your truth. All right. Well, yes, thank you for watching. I will be back with another video sometime, and I want to say tomorrow, because of course I'm doing these daily, but I do want to come on here more frequently, because I want to do like other stuff other than just a daily card pull. I want to do like readings and stuff as well. But see, my readings, I want it to be based around shadow work, because that's really the most important part of the healing journey. Of your healing journey is the shadow work. You know, getting down deep, digging deep into the shadows, stuff that you want to hide from yourself, stuff that's hard to face. That stuff is stuff that's gonna lead to permanent healing, not temporarily healing. All right, but that's a whole nother video. So yeah, all right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Please do something nice for yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be compassionate with yourself, and be truthful with yourself.